Welcome to Robot Wars, where tonight 6 titanic robotic warriors will face off for a place in our series grand final. In the opening round here tonight, Blue will be facing off against Project 1, El-Mower will be facing Flextreme, but first, Enderbot and Slicer will take one another on. Enderbot is a really unusually designed robot with a pneumatic hammer as a weapon, hoping to be the Enderbot taking it on in the arena. Slicer, meanwhile, is a more of a classic Robot Wars wedge-shaped robot with devastating, rotating blades. This for a place in the second round of tonight's heat. The team's giving a little wave to the crowd here. Two very cool designs on these robots, it's got to be said. Speaking of cool, here's Sir Kill-A-Lot. The coolest killing machine around, joined by Matilda, who often loses her cool. Don't tell her I said that though, please. And our opening bout of the evening is underway. Slicer straight in on the attack there, flipping Enderbot up with that rotating drum spinner. Almost an uppercut there. Enderbot struggling to do much with that hammer. Struggling to do much at all, in fact. Slicer back on the attack there, good aggression. Slicer, a very sleek design. Up and over, carrying Enderbot there. Slicer very much in control of the match in the early going. And again, effectively just toying with Enderbot at this moment. And there we see Sir Kill-A-Lot in the corner patrol zone, the CPZ. Enderbot's going to want to move out of there because Sir Kill-A-Lot can come out and play. Any robot foolish enough to step into the CPZ is fair game for our house robots. Refbot keeping a watchful eye on these two robotic rumblers. CO2 jets there, spraying up at the two robots. They don't look like they might do much, but whoa, hold on a second. Sir Kill-A-Lot certainly looking like he might do much. Plenty of damage. Enderbot's wheels going round and round, but they are going nowhere. As I was saying, the CO2 jets don't look like they might do much, but they cause internal damage to our robots, and I wonder if that is what's happened to Slicer, who doesn't seem to be moving, but then neither does Enderbot. I'm not entirely sure what's happened here, but it seems as though Sir Kill-A-Lot wants a piece of Enderbot. I'm genuinely not sure which robot Refbot counted out there. Slicer is definitely not moving, but then again Enderbot is not exactly in control of its own movements at this point. Sir Kill-A-Lot propelling it across the arena there. Well, the crowd liked it either way. Confirmation then that Enderbot was indeed counted out. Controversial perhaps, but next we move on to El-Mower versus Flextreme. El-Mower has a rotating lawnmower blade mounted on the front of its chassis. I'm not sure he's supposed to be here. I think he was only trying to get to Sesame Street. Flextreme, a very interesting see-through design. You can see the inner workings of this robot. But will it be flexing on its opponent here tonight? Matilda taking a good look on there. Oh goodness me, don't bring cuddly toys into the arena, it never ends well. Matilda, as we already saw, watching on carefully in this match with her tusks and flywheel. Joined this evening by Shunt, chaperoning her, perhaps. Not that she needs chaperoning. The second battle of the evening is underway. El-Mower. Trepidatious, perhaps. That weapon, very dangerous. Flextreme, not moving. This one seems to be over before it started. Refbot, I think, was about to count Flextreme out, but Flextreme now moving and El-Mower not. Both teams now doing a little bit of manoeuvring around the arena. Not much, though. This is very slow and sluggish, it's got to be said. Come on, boys. Put a bit of power behind it. See, now we see the problem with the lawnmower blades. On a body like Flextreme's, they just come to an immediate stop. No damage being done with those blades. Mind you, having said that, Flextreme not causing much damage itself. This is very evenly matched, but not in the way we usually like to see on the Robot Wars, it's got to be said. Shunt has had enough. He wants some action. He's opening the pit. I think a bit of excitement into this match. Shunt's getting involved. That's naughty. He's out of his corner patrol zone. He shouldn't be doing that. Refbot shows him the yellow card. Either way, this one's going to go to the judges, and frankly, I wouldn't like to call it. I cannot for the life of me see how they're going to call this one. Well, they seem happy enough, but have they done enough to advance? Our team of judges will have to make that decision. Our panel of judges, Martin Smith, Myra Wilson, and head judge Professor Noel Sharkey, will be grading this on style, control, damage, and aggression. There wasn't really much of any of that in this one, was there? Unless you can give points to Shunt, but I don't think Shunt can advance to the next round. This is too close for me to call. But the judges have indeed made a decision, and they've gone for El-Mower. Oh, the Flextreme team don't seem to like that one. Not the last we'll see of them this evening, of course. We've still got the losers melee to come, but next, Blue and Project One. Project One has an enormous lifting arm. It looks kind of like it's constructed out of Meccano. The sort of thing you might make in front of the sofa on a Sunday night. A little bit more dangerous, though. Here's Blue dabba-dee-dabba-die with our rotating blade. Ready to take out the legs of any opponent. Flicker of flame there. This should be a good one. Oh my goodness. They need cheering up, they're all blue. That flame we saw belongs, of course, to the mighty flamethrower of Sergeant Bash in the arena for this match. He'll be joined by Matilda. Gosh, she's busy this evening. That's 3 for 3. Activate is called, and our final match of round 1 begins. The lifting arm of Project One coming into play there. Project One, though, steering against the wall. Doesn't seem sure where it's going. Blue, not very much better. It really has to be said. Come on, lads, you're looking right at one another practically. Go on, do something. Yes, there we go. That axe there on Project One, it's secondary weapon, and frankly, less impressive than the lifting arm. But at least something happened at last. It's an interesting design. Quite often in Robot Wars, if your robot has more than one weapon, because of the weight restrictions, you're giving up a lot of power. Oh! The chassis, the framework of Blue there just busted. Against Project One's body. Oh! And more bits and bobs of blue go flying. The hard work they put into these machines, undone in seconds. Tragic, really. Still, never mind, eh? Oh, the whole side panel's come off now. This looks rather flimsy, it must be said. The thing is, of course, with a robot like this, the more damage that's done to it, the more damage can be done to it, as those side panels were probably the only things protecting the wheels on the side of Blue, and they're now rather dangerously exposed. That spinner does look deadly, but Blue really yet to put it to much use. Sergeant Bash having a little look there, making sure both teams are mobile. Blue getting out of trouble here as Project One is getting counted out. That's a hard break for Project One, in fairness. After things got going, they were really the only team that were doing any damage in this. And now they're gone. Counted out by the Refbot. I don't think they're very happy, but then the blue team not looking quite so blue anymore. Oh, an upset victory. All that means in the losers melee, Enderbot, Flextreme and Project One will be facing off against one another for a chance to get back in the main competition. It's not over till it's over. Three-way match, Flextreme with its see-through design, Project One with the axe and lifting arm, and Enderbot with the slightly smaller axe. But here to stop them from getting back in the main competition is Sir Killalot. Ooh, he's so cruel. Sir Killalot will be joined by Sergeant Bash. He's a very tough drill instructor as it happens. The problem is, of course, in order to get back in the main competition, these robots now have to outlast 2 opponents rather than just one. Project One flicking Flextreme with that lifting arm. Enderbot coming in for a little peek, not really doing much in the way of damage there. Flextreme has those cutting blades. I'm not certain against these opponents they're going to be able to do much damage. Very nice design, it has to be said. I do like being able to see all the guts and the gore of the robots' insides. Very interesting. Of course, we don't come to Robot Wars to be interested, we come to Robot Wars to be entertained by robots being pulled apart. Something's hanging off of Project One there. Looks like could be its antenna bending at a very weird angle there. Flextreme hitting the pit release tyre, and down goes the pit. Back into the three-way tussle now. Sergeant Bash has grabbed hold of the axe of Project One. Those devastating, crushing pincers. Oh, dragging them into the CPZ like a spider bringing a fly into the centre of a web. Sir Killalot joining in the fun. Flextreme staying out of harm's way. Project One turning its attention to Sergeant Bash. You can't win the match by attacking the house robot, although you certainly stand to lose, as Sir Killalot gives Project One a reminder of that. Flextreme and Enderbot being much more sensible, facing each other. Oh, ping goes that mighty axe head. Rather the wrong direction, unfortunately, lads. Sir Killalot is not impressed with Project One's attitude. Dragging them around the arena now. This is very unusual to see a robot get into a scrap with Sir Killalot. Suicidal, quite frankly. Bash coming in to settle things down. Project One looking very much worse for wear. I cannot see how this one is going to end other than with the judge's decision. Goodness only knows how they're going to determine a winner here. It was a tough, evenly fought battle, but not much happened in it, unfortunately. The most exciting thing was the scrap between Project 1 and the House Robots. Surely it's got to be Enderbot or Flextreme going through. They actually focused on fighting one another. And it would seem the judges have made their decision based on style control, damage and aggression. And they've gone for Enderbot. Enderbot now back in the main competition. So here's how they line up for round 2. Enderbot, now back in the game, will be facing Blue, but up next, Slicer will be going one-on-one with El-Mower. Two very interesting robots for very different reasons here. Slicer seems a little bit ahead of the design curve, it's got to be said. That spinning, rotating drum with those sharp, jagged teeth. Matilda, she's got jagged teeth of her own. Not that you'd ever see her smile, of course. And Shunt makes a rule to never smile, mostly due to not having a face. Now we get down to things here. El-Mower, a great comedy design. We do love the comedy robots in Robot Wars, but I feel as though they've bitten off more than they can chew against Slicer here. Slicer has to be the clear favourite in this match. I wouldn't drive over those CO2 jets. After what happened in the first round, you want to freeze up your internals and get counted out again, guys. Oh dear, poor El-Mower. He's going to have a nasty headache with Shunt's Diamond Edge pickaxe. Oh, his poor little head squashing. Oh, we do love it now. Oh my goodness, it's El-Mower in effigy. Oh dear. Somebody call Big Bird. Actually, maybe don't. We'll end up having roast chicken. Cremated. El-Mower, limp, lifeless. Lost. Now counted out of this match by the ref bot. Poor old El-Mower, eh? Ah, well, what can you say? Except he's on the flipper and he's going for a ride. Whee! There we go. Maybe that's how you get to Sesame Street, by air. Look at the height on that. Oh, just crushing down with all its weight on El-Mower's poor head. Oh dear. You know, building a robot is extremely dangerous and shouldn't be attempted without adult supervision, and the same applies to little 3-year-old Muppets. Oh dear, straight down the pit, that's one in the eye. Matilda with the final push there, as El-Mower bows out of the contest. Well, Shunt's loving it. Well, of course he's the sadistic bulldozer. Naturally then, that means Slicer has made it to the Heat Final, but who will Slicer be facing? Will it be Enderbot or will it be Blue? We're about to find that out right now. These two vying for a place in the Heat Final. Very different teams. Both dressed for the occasion rather differently. Now, here's a special occasion for the first time tonight. Dead Metal getting into the arena. And always dressed for any occasion is Shunt. Old plate face himself. Be interesting to see how this one goes down. Neither of these robots really impressed in the opening round. That axe still rather slow from Enderbot, it's got to be said, but it is doing damage. And again, a panel has collapsed off of Blue. Possibly a hasty bodge job on the repair works. That spinning blade could be dangerous if applied properly, but we've really yet to see it used effectively throughout this entire heat. And as long as Enderbot keeps them at axe length. Well, they're not going to be able to do very much with it at all. Oh dearie me, taking blue to pieces again. I feel as though the axe is probably wedged in there. It doesn't seem to be moving. Oh, there we go. Out it comes, but with it comes one of the side panels. Oh, it is tragic, isn't it? Is it? No, I suppose it's not. It's all good fun, really, isn't it? Shunt now taking apart that side panel that's been lopped off. He wants a souvenir. You can't have an extra plate to push things with. Oh! Alright, now you can throw a tantrum. Shunt pushing the carcass of blue around the arena. A ref bot comes in to count them out, but I feel it's probably academic at this point. Enderbot putting on a surprisingly strong showing here after a weak couple of matches that got it so far. And it's toodaloo for blue. As they go flying through the great big blue. And now there's not really very much of blue left, unfortunately. Still, though, conscientious. Shunt putting them in the bin, or rather the pit. And that'll do for blue. Enderbot goes through to the heat final. So we have it, ladies and gentlemen, our heat final, Slicer versus Enderbot for a place in our series grand final. Slicer, sleek, still, barely a scratch on it. Enderbot looking a little worse for wear, but it's been tough. It's been tenacious. Will that be enough? It won't be enough if they get into the claws of dead metal with the pincers and the circular saw blade. Nor if they get into the rather large claw of Sir Kill-A-Lot with the lance and the jaws of death. Here we go then, this one for a place in the series grand final. Enderbot versus Slicer. Enderbot weighing up, going for the pit trigger early on. Possibly a strong strategy. The rotating drum of Slicer up to speed. Slicer very manoeuvrable, very nippy. It's a great design. We call it the classic wedge design, and it's classic because it's so effective. It's such a strong design. You'll notice the tyre treads on the ramp of Slicer. That allows it to drag a robot up that ramp and into the rotating drum blades. Of course, a full frontal assault with the drum, equally effective. Dead metal now, the scorpion-like pincers coming in for a look. Slicer quick to get out of the way, but captured this time. Oh, Dead metal's got both of them in its grasp. The axe of Enderbot stuck on the arena side wall there. Stay out of the corner patrol zone if you want to stay alive. It's Dead Metal's advice. Enderbot, they've lost a tyre. And I think that's the end of Enderbot. Oh, right back in the clutches of Dead Metal, who has no mercy. Oh, the remaining tyre being squeezed and sawed out of Slicer. Sends down the pit of oblivion. Sir Kill-A-Lot and Dead Metal now just toying with Enderbot. They know the end is nigh. Refbot counting them out now. A good showing from Enderbot, but in the end, Slicer, the superior machine, quite frankly. Perhaps this was inevitable. Sir Kill-A-Lot dragging them around the arena now. A little bit on the top heavy side is Sir Kill-A-Lot. The Enderbot team dismayed and despairing as the destruction of their robot shall be discussed in the annals of Robot Wars history. but not, I fear, as grand finalists for this series of Dutch Robot Wars. Snap time for Dead Metal. Slicer goes through to the series grand final. Next time, 6 more robots will vie for a place in the series grand final. One final slot remains up for grabs in the main competition, but who's it going to be? Well, don't ask me. I don't know. It's all Dutch to me.